Aston Martin team boss Mike Krack has stated that the door for Max Verstappen is always open, and Marko believes he will one day walk through it. With talks circulating that Max Verstappen is on Aston Martin owner Lawrence Stroll's shopping list after successfully signing Adrian Newey. The reigning F1 world champion has not ruled out the possibility at some time in the future. Lawrence Stroll persuaded Adrian Newey to join his team as Aston Martin builds brand new facilities at the former Jordan Force India factory at Silverstone, including a brand new wind tunnel, the first totally new facility built since McLaren's in 2004. While Stroll's attempts to entice Red Bull technical director Pierre Wack and Aero chief Enrico Balbo were unsuccessful because they remained loyal to Christian Horner's team. Newey's departure for Aston Martin is a significant signing for the Canadian billionaire's efforts to build an F1 championship winning team. While the team currently has two-time Formula One world champion Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll, Lawrence's son, the possibility of signing F1's brightest star, three-time Formula One world champion Max Verstappen, who is still at the peak of his powers, appears more realistic than previously thought. After all, not only has Aston Martin hired Newey, the chief architect of all of Verstappen's title-winning machines, but the team is also switching to Honda power for the regulation changes in F1 2026. Verstappen has a strong relationship with the Japanese manufacturer, with whom he has won all of his titles. Certainly, team head Mike Krack did not rule out making a move for Verstappen at some time, as Italian outlet Autosprint has identified Verstappen as a top target for Stroll, despite the fact that the reigning world champion is under contract with Red Bull until F1 2028. The door for Max Verstappen is always open, for everything Krack said in Baku on Thursday. I think when you manage to appoint Adrian Newey, it's proof that the project is credible, that the whole vision of Lawrence is not only words, but it is really action that we can take confidence in as a team. This is not anymore an underdog like it used to be in the past, it's a team that should be confident that it can do it. But then also you have a completely different approach with partners, and the same for race drivers, so I think it opens a lot of doors for the future. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko is not holding back when it comes to declarations. Max drives where he can win, the Red Bull Motorsport advisor told Kleine Zeitung. Aston Martin has the most modern factory, the wind tunnel will be operational next year, and Honda engines will be added to that. Everything fits. And if you look at history, it is clear, wherever Newey has gone, there has been an upward trend. I don't know why it should be any different at Aston Martin. However, Marko feels it will take some time for Newey's impact to be felt on the Aston Martin F1 car. Adrian Newey cannot start until March 1st, 2025, which is already relatively late. The whole team at Aston Martin certainly needs to get used to each other first, he added. He knows that he can win titles with us too if we can get through this world championship now. That is also an absolute must. Verstappen, 26, would not rule out the prospect of taking a look through that door. I have other worries at the moment that I'm paying a lot of attention to, that I'm working on, he said. So that is something maybe for the future that I think about, but not now. Verstappen said he's trying not to waste any mental energy on Newey's departure for a new challenge with Aston Martin, with whom he officially begins work on March 1st, while still seeing out his Red Bull duties with the RB17 hypercar. I have other worries at the moment that I am busy with, and I try to fix and work on them with the team that I'm driving with. That's where our focus goes, he said. Adrian and we have a very good understanding. I sent him a message also after the news came out, even though of course I knew that it was coming. So I'm happy for him, it's a new challenge. I always said I would have loved him to stay, but yeah, at some point you can't overturn these things, so then you're just excited for people seeking new challenges. I also know that Lawrence, of course, is pushing flat out to make it a success with Aston Martin, so it's quite understandable that he wants to have Adrian on his side. When asked if Newey's presence on a team makes it more appealing to a driver, Verstappen paused before responding. I don't know. I mean, I've worked with him, so I know how he is as a person, and also what he can do, he said. I think everyone would like to work with Adrian, I guess, in their career. So yeah, potentially. Verstappen cast doubt on the 65-year-old's decision to step back having any impact on the team's current situation, as Red Bull's performance has dipped throughout the middle section of this year's championship, with the drop beginning at the exact race Newey's departure from the squad was confirmed. I wouldn't say so. It's just that when it was announced, that's where it started to go a little bit wrong for us, he said. But I think it already started to go wrong for us a long time before, but we didn't really see that at the time. So I personally don't think it's related. That is not to be negative towards Adrian or whatever, but I definitely don't see it as something that is related, but it's something that could turn over time. Both Max Verstappen and Christian Horner vehemently denied that Newey's departure contributed to the team's catch-up, insisting that the entire squad must play a role in turning things around. The man himself believed he was in no position to comment, having not worked on the RB20 since the Japanese Grand Prix in April, while admitting that he maintained a suspicion that his forthcoming exit, combined with Red Bull's domination ending, would be part of the season story. When asked about the possibility of a connection between Red Bull's performance decline and the announcement of his leaving this year, Newey told the Autocar podcast, "I had a sense that it might be. I have heard it. I have to be honest, I don't really read the press for a kind of personal reason going back to my Leighton House days, but the reality is, I can't comment. I really can't comment because once I'm out, and so that means I haven't been able to contribute to the development of the car since April. But why the team is being less competitive recently? I don't know because I'm not involved. I'm in this sort of slightly odd period of semi-garden leave at the moment, in as much as the last time I was involved with the Formula 1 car here was up to, and including the Suzuka race weekend at the end of April," he added. "Since then, I've been out of Formula 1, but have been concentrating my efforts on the RB17 track car. So I'll continue to be working on the 17 through until the 1st of March, and then the 2nd of March I will change my location." Ralf Schumacher isn't shocked Adrian Newey has departed Red Bull amid the team's early season controversy, claiming he just wants to do motorsport. Adding fuel to the fire, he believes team manager Christian Horner's claim that Red Bull is on the right track with the all-new 2026 regulations is also nonsense. "I am very, very sure, although he does not start officially until next year, that Aston Martin will make a miraculous leap as early as next year, if not even now towards the end of the year," he told Sky Deutschland. He is also known for guaranteeing and bringing success, and that must of course be his goal. He has everything he needs at Aston Martin. Stopping short of mentioning the early season Horner incident in which the team leader was probed for alleged misconduct before the charge was dropped, Schumacher said Newey needed to feel comfortable and have absolute trust, something he hasn't had recently. What do you think? Will Max Verstappen follow Adrian Newey to Aston Martin? And what do you think can Red Bull do to keep the triple champion at their team? Let us know in the comments down below.